Okay, that works. Okay, so let me. I wonder if it will mess anything. I don't. I think it's fine if I just pull it into the virtual environment. How do I? I'm not allowed to do that. Oh. Okay. Let me see. Can I add files manually to the environment? And run the. How to get these into virtual environment? I typically will extract the program to a temporary folder. Then from that folder, run setup.py using the direct path. See if your virtual environment is in that. Use this. Oh, okay. All right, we're just gonna copy paste this for now. We'll figure out. We'll look into these other ones and see. Maybe they added some extra nice stuff, but I think for now, let's just test it out. It's like what we did before. We started really messy code, and then later on we reorganized it. So let's do the same thing. Let's just copy their stuff. What did they call it? Test.py. Okay. Let's pretend it's ours. Details. So we're gonna create a new directory with our stuff. Copyright. We're fine. We put this. Right? Yeah, we put the copyright. We're fine. Okay, so we have this, so let's use it. All right. So I'm trying to think. So what we're trying to do is we want to make calls to TestRail to create a test run after our test is finished. So that means that we need to have some kind of like hook at the end of a test. So after every test, so at the beginning of the test, we want to create a test run on TestRail. And then after the test, we want to collect all the results and then push in the results to test. Okay, so it's a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be. So we're gonna have to think about this. All right. So first we need to know the entry point. Like when would we actually create the test run? That's step one. So let me do that. So we decided to push test results to TestRail. So this is what we're trying to do. And step one is figure out when to create test run. Two is at the end of test run, push results to TestRail. When to create test run on TestRail. Actually, it's not figure out. We already kind of know. At the beginning of the test run, create test run on TestRail. At the end, should we push the results one by one as the tests are completed, or should we push everything at the end? Let's do it at the end of each test. Each test, push results to TestRail. And then that's pretty much it. I think this is what we're gonna try and do. PyTest has reporting hooks. Okay, let me look those up. PyTest reporting hooks. At its simplest, PyTest supports the creation of hooks in a file, that can be placed in the root folder where we wish to run it. This allows us to define code to find test run them, collect. Okay, so this looks like it'll be useful. So how does this work? Path data. Path support stretching on hooks. Okay. Collect file. See test file. See test item to handle each test. Okay, so this looks useful. So I'm guessing this is a... Could it be a fixture? Can't really tell. Oh, no. This is how you inherit in Python, right? Yeah, this is how you do a... Okay. So this is a subclass of item. Okay. All right. Interesting. So this is how we collect the information. So this will be useful to collect information. How do I make this like markdown readable? It's okay. Oof, long link. Okay, this will be useful. So let me try to remember. So there is a, because we're using the playwright PyTest. So I remember they mentioned something about basically instead of using those like before all test hook, you have a fixture. They use fixtures instead of the basically the hooks. So they have a fixture that I think we'll have to override. Alright, let's look at the documentation. Fixtures. Okay. No, that's not it. So okay. So we want one where it happens. Actually, why don't we just... Alright, so we need to hook into their very first fixture as they're initializing the browser. We want to create our test run there. So we gotta hook into that and update it. Alright, so let me see. What is that fixture called? Plugin configures playwright specific fixtures for type tests. Use a fixture name at... Okay, yep. Function scope. These fixtures are created when requested. Okay, so browser context, is that... No. Browser page is the fixture that we want. No, this creates a page. So a page in Playwright is just a tab. A browser is a browser. A page is a tab. Okay. So we create the test run when we do PyTest, not whenever we create a Playwright instance. But every test will create a new browser, so we don't want to do it in the browser because we don't want a test run every time there's a new browser. We want to do it at the very beginning. So it might be this. It might be in the Playwright fixture. Let me look a little bit more. Is it browser context? Because I know browser context, you can have multiple browsers. So is this considered a context, like a test run with multiple browsers? All right, so we have two ideas now: Playwright fixture or the browser context. fixture. Let's take a look. Browser is an isolated incognito like session with browser instance. Browser contacts are fast and cheap to create. We recommend running each test scenario in its own. Okay, so we don't want multiple browsers. Okay, so it's creating multiple browser contacts. That's not what we want, because we don't want more than one test run. We want one test run for all the tests. This happens out of the box. Oh, so it's okay. So we ruled out browser context.